A KeyBank business account is actually a very good thing, especially if you are in a geography that KeyBank covers. Okay, so to this conversation, I want to explain to you how to open a KeyBank business account. So here's an overview I want you to think about. When you think about applying for a business checking account at KeyBank, you got to really think about a few things. I mean, the KeyBank wants you to wants you to fulfill certain conditions to actually qualify for their business account. So it can be a business checking account, it can be a business savings account, it can be a business money market account, it can be a business merchant account. I'll explain to you actually all the different categories very soon. So, but when we talk about applying for a business account at KeyBank, you got to really think about having your social security number or EIN. So EIN stands for employer identification number, right? So that's actually like a social security number for your company that you actually get from the IRS. So you got to have that. So you got to have your social. Now your social, that's if you want to apply as a sole proprietorship. You got to also think about having business formation papers. So we're speaking about KeyBank wants you to have like DBA. So doing business as. It can be your LLC, certificate of formation, your certificate of incorporation if you are a corporation, S corporation, C corporation. And KeyBank wants you to have also two valid forms of identification. And it's one of those things where KeyBank just wants to make sure that they comply with the government's AML regulations, so anti-money laundering. So when we talk about forms of identification, you are speaking about driver's license, valid passport, government issue ID with photo or signature and also you might want to think about having what they call one primary and or a secondary form of identification. So this can be a credit card statements, it can be a utility bill, a lease, or other non-official forms of ID. The bottom line here as well, basically the thing is that when you think about opening a business checking account or a business savings account or whatever business account at KeyBank, you got to really think about what really works for you. You also have to define at that point whether you want to subscribe to KeyBank's overdraft protection, because this is totally possible. KeyBank can actually allow you to protect your account from overdraft let's say fees. One thing also is that the amount that you need to actually open a KeyBank business account will depend upon the nature of the account you are about to open. So I just wanted to give you a general overview of how things work before actually delving into the different categories of accounts. Let me talk to you now about the account type. So if you want to open a KeyBank business account, you have to have a clear idea about the different types of account that KeyBank has, right? So the first one is the KeyBank Basic Business Checking. So the basic business checking is pretty straightforward. It's actually ideal for you if you are, let's say, you are a growing business and you anticipate having lower monthly balances. And the cool thing is that you are able to monitor your income and spending anytime, anywhere. So cash inflows and cash outflows. Okay. Pretty straightforward, nothing really complicated. And when you think about the KeyBank Basic Business Checking, there is a monthly service fee of $5 or nothing, depending upon your ability to waive actually that fee. And in terms of monthly included transactions, you are speaking about 200 combined transactions, plus unlimited ACH and bill pay transactions. So that's really good, especially from a scalability point of view. We love that a lot. And so you are able to have overdraft protection. That's what I was telling you a little earlier. You can waive that. You can have an overdraft protection if you link this account to an eligible KeyBank business account. The minimum opening deposit for this account is $25. So $25 and you are ready to go. Okay, very, very straightforward. Now there is a waivable monthly service fee. So the fee actually is waived with at least $1,000 average daily balance per monthly statement cycle, or $10,000 in combined balances from business deposit accounts, commercial loans, and lines of credit. So sole proprietors may also include personal account balances. So the bottom line here is what? KeyBank just wants to make sure that they are actually making money off of your account. Otherwise, it wouldn't be worth it, right? They're not a charity. So that's really something to think about. And also, what the thing with KeyBank is that you have 1,100 branches and 1,400 ATMs. So that's kind of cool. I mean, KeyBank is not a national bank. KeyBank is a mid. Well, that's what we call a regional bank. It's a tier two bank. It's not a tier one bank as Chase or Bank of America or Wells Fargo or Citi, right? This is a tier two bank, kind of similar to U.S. Bank or Fifth Third Bank or even Truist Bank. If you want to open a KeyBank business account, the second account I want you to really think about is actually the KeyBank Business Interest Checking. So besides the KeyBank Basic Business Checking, you have the KeyBank Business Interest Checking. And the monthly service fee for this account is either nothing or $15. It really depends. It depends if you are able to waive the fees related to this account, right? So you got to ask yourself, okay, are you interested in having actually a high APY? Because we said, like I said, business interest checking, right? But now the APY, the annual percentage yield, depends. Now, in terms of monthly included transactions, you have 100 combined transactions plus unlimited ACH and bill pay transactions. And if you want to have overdraft protection, just link this account. You want to link this account to an eligible KeyBank business account. So that's kind of cool. And the minimum opening deposit here is $25. Kind of similar to the KeyBank basic business checking, okay? And in terms of the waivable monthly service fee, you can waive the fee with at least a $5,000 minimum daily balance per statement cycle or $15,000 in combined balances in business deposit accounts, commercial loans, and lines of credit. That's kind of cool. One thing I want to say here is that this account is really interesting in the sense that you can get things done a lot faster, okay? And that's kind of cool because it allows you to have a better idea about things that really work, things that can work for your account or not. Another account I want to share with you is the Key Business Reward Checking. And this account actually has a monthly service fee of $25 or nothing. And in terms of monthly included transactions, you have a 500 combined transactions plus unlimited ACH and bill pay transaction. And you can actually, kind of similar to the other account, you actually can qualify for overdraft protection if you can link this account to an eligible KeyBank business account. So that's kind of cool. In terms of waivable monthly service fee, you have a pretty straightforward process too. So you can actually waive the fee if this account is linked to your Key Merchant Services account or with at least $7,500 average ledger balance or $20,000 in combined balances in business deposits account, commercial loans, and lines of credit. So we are speaking here about the Key Business Rewards Checking. Another account I want to share with you. If you are thinking about opening a KeyBank business account, you may want to think about opening a commercial transaction account. And so this actually is a non-interest bearing demand deposit account, a DDA. And this account is actually designed to support the operating needs of your business and can be coupled with a wide range of cash management services. So you got to ask yourself, do you want cash management services with KeyBank? So this is kind of important. Now, this account is kind of really important. This account is different in the sense that KeyBank will actually place this account in the bank's account analysis system. And this is actually a system that measures service usage and fees, determines an earnings credit allowance, and actually evaluate how your account is performing before assessing service charges. So this is a pretty interesting account, and you got to really ask yourself if this is an account you are interested in the intricacies of the account. Now there is no minimum opening deposit, okay? And in terms of service fees, the thing is that cash management pricing will apply. Now the thing is you have to really ask KeyBank for more information because they are actually able to tell you exactly what kind of a protocol they follow to actually assess some fees. And there is an earnings credit allowance. That's really cool. But this account is kind of cool because it has features that might appeal to you if you are interested in liquidity management, right? If you want to have a more granular view of your cash inflows and cash outflows, especially for your business, if your business has multiple locations, multiple geographies, multiple niches, or let's say multiple operational activities, then this commercial transaction account, based on the granularity that it really offers, it will appeal to you. Okay, so this is kind of cool. And so, in terms of features, key features to think about when you close your eyes and think about this account, think about treasury management options, convenient online access to detailed monthly statements, and check images with KeyBank's platform called the Key Navigator. And you can actually link this account to an investment sweep to actually provide both liquidity and return. So that's kind of cool, especially from a liquidity management point of view. Another account I want to share with you, if you're thinking about opening a KeyBank business account, I want you to think about an account called the interest on excess account. Now, this interest on excess account is kind of cool because here is KeyBank's KeyBank has a very good attitude here. They're not trying to really play games with you. They're not playing games with clients at all. They're trying to give you a set of tools and capabilities that can help you actually manage cash, reduce fees, and earn interest at the same time. So that's, from a strategic point of view, this trifecta is really cool. So this account actually, it's called the IE account. So the Key's interest on excess account is actually a multi-functional account that actually uses the earnings credit allowance to reduce service fees, earn a competitive interest rate, and provide unlimited access to funds. So that's kind of cool. And this account actually has cash management pricing applicable to it. But the thing is that here you have a monthly account analysis that summarizes your service charges and balance to actually calculate your earnings credit allowance. And this is kind of important. And so KeyBank actually uses this ECA as a credit to offset bank services excluding the right charges. And the good thing about this charges is that you are able to offset the charges, but also you are able to gain from KeyBank's analysis, because excess balances, once all service charges are offset, excess balances are multiplied by the interest rate, and the interest is applied to the designated IE account. Okay, again, IE account. IE stands for interest on excess account. So that's really good. You can actually save time here by simplifying your cash management. You are able to eliminate the need for, let's say, sweeping or manually moving funds between accounts, because that's really a waste of time too. It could be a waste of time, and you can actually handle you can allow KeyBank to handle the monthly analysis and ECR calculations so that you can have accurate reports including charges, balances, fees, and interest earned. That's really good, especially from a scalability point of view. You will love that aspect of things. Now, let me talk to you about other services. When you think about opening a KeyBank business account, there are other services that you might be interested in. I mean, you got to ask yourself, once you have a relationship with Key, the question is, what kind of features are you looking for? What kind of services are you looking for? Key is actually a wonderful bank. I mean, they have a constellation of services. For example, they have something called bill pay. So bill pay is actually think about it. I want you to close your eyes and think about bill pay as a banking service that allows you to pay your bills online, right? And the cool thing is that you actually are doing things. You're doing everything electronically. You don't have to worry about writing checks or buying stamps or actually even printing checks from your computer. Okay, and there is no charge. By the way, there's no charge for online banking bill pay for non-rush delivery of your payments. That's really good. And also one thing I want to say was that, so besides bill pay, you also have online and mobile banking. So this is also a great thing, because you can actually make multiple payments at once. That's really cool, especially you're trying to set up your payee. That's really fantastic. So Key is going to, by the way, Key means KeyBank. So Key is going to accompany you. Key is going to make sure that you get all the possibilities, all the things you need. And you also have the ability to have your checking information. That's really fantastic. We love that aspect of things a lot, because what happens here is that you are able to view your activity like from a granular perspective through several ways. Okay, you can actually visit a branch. You can call 1-800 key to you. So that's the official KeyBank toll free number. So 1-800-539-2968. You can check the monthly statement you receive in the mail. If you actually are set up for a snail mail, just check out that monthly statement. You can also sign on to online banking, or you can use KeyBank's mobile app. But you got to be enrolled in online banking first for you to have a great idea. So if you are thinking about opening a KeyBank business account, or after opening a KeyBank business account, you have access to a constellation of features, and that's really interesting and important to think about it that way as well. So the bottom line here is that when you think about opening a KeyBank business account, you have to really understand that first of all, it's actually a great way for you to establish a relationship with Key. And Key, as I said a little earlier, is a tier 2 bank in the US. And this is very important. I mean, this bank has billions of dollars in assets. And so the balance sheet is strong. So that means what? Once you are able to establish a relationship with Key at a banking level, you are able to parlay that report into in the credit arena, in the credit realm. So you can apply for business credit cards. You can apply for business loans. You can apply for business lines of credit. You can apply for business equipment financing arrangements, all kinds of stuff. Okay. So the thing is, when you think about a business account with Key, think about a convenient way to safeguard, manage, grow, and even access your small business funds. Because the bottom line here is that your account becomes the source of some source of liquid funds for day-to-day management of your small business, as well as for large purchases and expenditures. So that's kind of cool. You can keep track of spending either manually by entering your transactions in your account register, or through online banking, where you can see digital images of each check when they cleared and your balance actually 24/7. So again, from a liquidity management standpoint, you are well served. Okay. And this is an important element to think about. So before you actually open a KeyBank business account, ask yourself a few questions. Is there a minimum balance requirements? And can I maintain that balance? I mean, if you remember, I was telling you how to even waive that balance, how to waive that fee, right? If there is a fee. Do you need overdraft protection, right? Because bottom line is, if you are going to engage in transactions with third parties, maybe there will be some months where you might need a Key to actually cover you, right? So if you need protection from like an overdraft protection, think about that. Does this account earn interest? I mean, if you're interested in earning interest, I mean, excuse the tautology here. If you're committed to earning interest, for instance, then you got to ask yourself also, do you want to have that kind of interest? And is there a transaction limit on the account? Because some accounts actually come with transaction limits, right? And it could be 10,000, 5,000, it could be $100,000, but that's a consolidated balance, consolidated transactional balance every single month. So you got to ask yourself if that applies. Also, which accounts have monthly fees or service fees, and can you avoid them? And how can you avoid them in the first place? So those are questions that you got to really ask yourself from the get-go. So here's a recap. Into this conversation, I explained to you how to open a KeyBank business account, right? So I give you the overview, then I explain to you the account types. So in terms of account types, you got to remember KeyBank Basic Business Checking, KeyBank Business Interest Checking, Key Business Reward Checking, Commercial Transaction Checking, Commercial Transaction Account, CTA, the Interest on Excess Account, the IOE. So that's kind of important. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.